don't think we live in an evil world. Like, I'm no fan of the rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar. But they cast Cynthia Erivo, who, of course, skyrocketed to fame in a big way on the mainstream because of her role in Wicked last year or the year before, I don't know. They cast her. Now, here is a, whatever you want to call it, non-binary gay female they cast in the part of Jesus. And everybody coming out saying she was made to play this part. This is her with Adam Lambert, who's queer as a $3 bill. He plays the part of Judas Iscariot. And so they were literally saying this part was written for this gay black woman. So this is at the Hollywood Bowl, and this is disgusting. And they said, well, this is an artistic expression. No, I want you to look at the level of demonism. I mean, people can come at me all they want to with this deal. We'll get into some more other demonism. I'm going to throw a curveball at you here in a second, Steve. This is another wild story. But just play a little bit of this. Don't listen so much as watch. All right.
You know,
her metamorphosis
they would never do this to Islam.
Of course they would.
Can we have some Islam plays on Broadway?
Muhammad Superstar.
Yeah, Muhammad.
You'd never do that.
Superstar.
Which I've said that forever. I mean, they're not gonna make art. I mean, just ask the people at Charlie Hebdo when they got shot up because of doing caricatures of Muhammad in their satire newspaper stuff. But listen, let me tell you something. See, this is not about rewriting art and artistic expression. They're rewriting truth. So you got the same crowd that can't define what a woman is. And, buddy, when Sydney Sweeney came out with that television ad, they sure did define what a woman was there. But now you're going to take Jesus, the Son of Man, into a non-binary diva in platforms. And if you say anything, you're a bigot, okay? Let's just go ahead and write the script right up front. You're the problem. You're the one clinging to the outdated traditions, like biblical truth and reverence for God, which, I mean, none of this has any of that in there. But see, this isn't even about creativity anymore. This is cultural conquest. When I always talk about they don't want equality, they want control, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. See, they don't want to add, they don't want to add the voices to the table. Oh, let's hear all voices. No, they want to flip the table, torch the room, screw the history, and tell you the new temple's built on feelings and theater reviews. But here's the thing, man. You can dress this up, scream all you want, put it in the lights and the applause, put it in the Hollywood Bowl. But let me tell you something. Blasphemy is still blasphemy. And no matter how you choreograph it, Jesus Christ isn't a costume. He's not a canvas. He's not a metaphor for social movement. When you talk about the King of Kings, the creator of the earth, I don't care if you do win a Tony Award for your heresy, you're still playing with fire. So all these people is like, don't shove your religion down my throat, now want to shove their glitter-covered gospel into Sunday school. And I'm going to call this stuff out, man. I mean, I don't like any of it.
Don't like it. I'm not going to watch it. Who pays money to go see that? There's people that'll go spend money to watch that.
Sold out, guaranteed. But listen, you take Jesus out of the culture, you will not get freedom. You're going to get fiction. You don't get salvation. You're going to get a stage play like this, and you don't get truth. You're going to get theater, and that's what they do with the gospel. It's all theater for them. And that's why I'm consistent to say in the last year at least, that we're going to hold that standard a little bit higher here, because if you get rid of that standard, then we have a very deceptive problem. That's why you got to stand for truth and not the trends. And, a bunch of clapping seals in a woke amphitheater. Listen, let them rage. Let them label us. Let them cancel us. I've read the last page of the book. Jesus doesn't need a stunt double, okay? And Cynthia Erivo certainly ain't the one to do it. Not the one to do it. So it's complete and total blasphemy. And they love it. They love it because they got people like us talking about it.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Talk about it.
So producer David, he was on vacation over the weekend. I'm not going to tell his business because he's not here to defend himself, but he had a good time. I hope he had a good time. I missed him so much. Follow him at David Medina PDX over on social media. Don't forget, folks, hit subscribe. I want to, David, go over to Matt Rife's post, comedian Matt Rife. I'm throwing a curveball at you, buddy. Go over to comedian Matt Rife's post. I don't know if you saw this or not, Steve.
I haven't seen it. I was kind of off the socials.
Yeah, I feel like I was gone for like a month, but Matt Rife, he did this. He bought a house, but not just any house.
Oh, I did. I know exactly what you're talking about now. I did see this. That's stupid to me. I'm not like.
He bought. This is at Shadow of Ezra. I'm sorry, David. I just looked it up to tell you the right. At Shadow of Ezra. He's officially become the legal guardian of Ed and Lorraine Warren's infamous occult museum, home to the real Annabelle doll and more than 700 cursed objects. He says he and collaborator Elton Castee are prepping to open the haunted collection to the public with overnight stays and a guided tour. Their goal is to let people step directly into a terrifying legacy of the Warrens and experience the dark history behind each artifact for themselves. Now, a lot of movies, like just play a little bit of his clip. You'll catch some of the movies that came out of these real life stories. Play the clip.
Hey guys, super random but incredible announcement. I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and occult museum with my very good friend Elton Castee. If you guys have ever seen any of the Conjuring films, the Annabelle films, or even Amityville Horror, this is the home that inspired all of those stories. This might be the most important and prominent piece of paranormal history in the world. Ed and Lorraine Warren are who took demonology and ghost hunting and paranormal investigation and made it mainstream. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't know what any of this means whatsoever, but if you follow ghost stuff, this is about as big as it gets.
All right, let's stop it right
now. What does this all mean?
Heebie-jeebies. Listen, I posted underneath that, and I said, get rid of it immediately and start breaking curses off yourself in the name of Jesus Christ.
Burn that place to the ground.
Don't be playing with this stuff. Don't do it. I'm telling you, Matt. There are people who don't believe in that kind of stuff. Let me just tell you, I have been around this world. I have seen some stuff in this world. Do not play with this dark stuff. Do not play. I mean, you got Cynthia Riva and the producers of that playing, they're messing around with some good stuff. I mean, they're basically perverting the gospel. And then you got this, you're going to play around with the bad stuff. Yeah,
if you get unalived.
Let me just say, you want to talk about some crazy stuff happening? And I've interviewed him. We've talked about it. Steve Dace, when they were making their movie, Nefarious, all the stuff that happened on the set when they were trying to tell that story. I've just seen some things in this world. I mean, if you don't want to trust me, go read the Motley Crue biography about when they were dabbling in the occult. And the things that Nikki Sixx said that he experienced and how they had to walk away from that because it was just too much. That's why the Ozzy Osbourne thing, I made a big deal about that because you just don't dabble in the occult. You don't dabble with it. You don't commercialize it. You don't do those things. People say, what's a persona? This is not what you play with. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you from the utmost heart of compassion. You don't play with this kind of dark stuff. You don't. So I'm not saying I pray blessings over you, Matt. God bless you. You're a good dude, man. You're a fun comedian. You've blown up in a big way over the last few years. But I pray blessings over you, my friend. But I'm just saying, you dabble in this stuff, and don't you do it. I would love to hear in the chat, before you say it, Steve, I would love to hear folks in the chat. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes or no? Steve, what were you going to say?
He made a financial investment in this, so that means that he wants you don't make a financial investment without wanting a return in your investment. So hence opening up the house and making it, I guess, kind of museum-like.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I just don't see it being that big of a draw.
Like a draw. Well, people go to this thing. I mean, nope. Don't
get me wrong. I have been there, to New Orleans and went in a couple of those voodoo shops just to I just wanted to see. And that was a little spooky in itself.
I ain't messing with none of it. Yeah. None of it, man. I've been to these places. And I mean, places. These people were there practicing it. Black magic, white magic, putting spells on people. I was just talking to Wade Trimmer the other day. Our friend there's a pastor in Côte d'Ivoire. We visited his church years ago there in Abidjan. And his father Y'all ain't going to believe what I'm going to tell you. So you know what? I ain't going to tell you because y'all ain't going to believe me. Y'all ain't going to want to believe me. You're going to try to explain it away.
Just tell me. Let us make it
His father, the pastor there, his father was so deep in the occult that he had one of those masks. He'd put the mask on and people would come to him and pay him money to cast spells on people. And the stories that he will tell you about that and the things that people saw, like when he went blind, the father did. And he came to the church one day and listened because he had become so desperate. He was so oppressed with all of the darkness that he had done in his entire life. And he found Jesus. He heard his son preach, and his son preached the gospel, and he came to Jesus, but he was blind. And when they prayed for him, the demons inside of him started manifesting so strongly that he reached out to the church pews on either side where he was sitting there and lifted with 7 people on each side, 5 to 7 grown people, just lifted the church pews up like this. And they cast those demons out of him, and his eyesight came back. And it's like, people go, I don't believe in that stuff. Fine. I ain't trying to convince you. I know what I've seen. I've seen some things in this world.
Something for it to be, for it to be real.
Bro, I've seen some things in this world, man. You don't mess with the occult, is all I'm saying. You don't play with that. Now, I'm not saying, listen, greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world, but that don't mean I go out playing around with it. You know what I'm saying? I might know how to handle a gun, but that don't mean I spin it around on my finger and do stupid things and spin it and play Russian roulette. I don't do dumb things with it. So I'm just saying, praying for Matt.